this is the garden, and I'll start at the very first row and show you what we got. Besides a lot of leaves. These are our peppers. Bell peppers, the yellow ones and orange ones and red ones, green ones. And here, they're not coming up yet, but there's a row of more pepper seeds. They got put in a little bit later than the plants. These are a couple of tomato bushes that we didn't know if make it or not, and I planted them. They're coming up fine. Here's another one. Some more tomatoes. Oh, Dad bought a couple of plants down here. The big boy for sandwiches and stuff. These here, there's 2 rows of them. This row here, and this row here are onions. And inside of these 2 rows, we planted, these are starting to come up. Garlic. Little garlic plants are starting to come up. And over here, the little, oh, I forget what they're called. The little onions on the inside. Little ones on the inside, big ones on the outside. And on this one is garlic on the inside, regular garlic, and onion on the outside, big onion. Way down here, the onion row on the outside stops and turns to more garlic. And on this end of the garlic, it's the elephant garlic, big pieces of garlic we have growing. This goes down. The last one right there. And here the broccoli starts. We have a couple of little broccolis already starting. Here's one right here that started. This is cur squash. Actually, this one right here is a yellow squash. I don't know how it got mixed up with the little row of cur, but it's certainly a yellow. And these are curs. Kershaw. This is spaghetti squash. You can see there's some little ones already on there. Let's see. There's a little one. There's a couple of little ones. More spaghetti squash. Just blooming and vining out into the row. And then we get into yellow squash. And they're starting to bloom down there. More yellow squash. And I put a couple of yellow squash there next to the cabbage. Found some extra ones that I missed the first time. This row is yellow squash. All the way down till we get to the end. And then there's 4 more broccoli plants. And then we have 4 rows of cabbage here. Here's the cabbages. And there's a few watermelon seeds Dad dropped in here. They're kind of coming up in random places. have lots of dill cabbage. What is it, Blake? You're not going on a four-wheeler ride right now. No. Not today. Loves the four-wheeler. See, they're starting to curl up inside. Some of these bigger ones starting to do their thing. There's 2 more rows. And over here we have some dill that's decided to pop up over here. Dad says he supposes he dropped a couple seeds here. More watermelon. We planted these. And over here on the other side, baby cantaloupe. And that's the last row on this part of the garden. Time to do some weeding. And on this row, and in between the cabbages, where the rabbits ate some off, we've planted seeds, but they're not quite coming up yet. Try to fill the space. More watermelon and cabbage mixed together there, it looks like. Here's a little cabbage coming up from a seed we planted right there. And there's another one there. So they're trying, they're coming. This row here, now we have done that part of the garden. And now on this part, we have sugar snap green peas. This is what I like to put in stir fries. You see they're starting to vine out a little bit here. And here we have 2 fences up. On the left over here is going to be cucumbers, and we'll train them when they start vining to go up so we can pick them off the fence instead of a tangled mess on the ground. And this on the right is beans, green beans, and we'll train them to go up the fence too. Over here where there's a blank spot, we're thinking it was a gopher because there's a hole somewhere. Dad may have covered it up. Get him to go somewhere else. Ate all the plants from the ground underneath up. So we put some new seeds in. It looks like, there we go. They're starting to break through now. So this bare spot will be full in about a week. So cucumbers and green beans. We keep the rows wide enough in between to run a tiller down them to help with the weeding. And on this hill we're experimenting. We did a hill of tomatoes. Pushed all the dirt to get, not tomatoes, potatoes. Red potatoes. Pushed the dirt and made a hill. Planted them on top of the hill. And here is a regular little trench fashion of red potatoes. See which one does better, produces better potatoes. So we have 2 rows of potatoes. More potatoes. Now we're at the end. This we're fixing to do. I think Dad's actually talking to you on the phone. It's going to be corn, broccoli, eggplant, and cauliflower. These are all tomatoes. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of tomatoes. Roma tomatoes for Cannon. And some of them are already starting to bloom, but they're awfully little yet to be blooming, Dad says. See here, this one, it's got a little bloom on it already. And this one here has got a couple of blooms on it. I think there'll be some producing tomatoes. Then the other 2 rows of tomatoes. Lots of food. And we'll start all over in the fall.
They need to be picked up later and put on that other pile, but they're too big for the pit. Okay.
He's on the 4-wheeler wanting to go for a ride. This is more squash. Here at the back, I think I did Kershaw back here. These were seeds we put in. We didn't grow them in a cup first. Yeah, the spotted leaves, Kershaw. And then we get into zucchini, the green squash. Looks like I'm missing one in here. It might still come up. So zucchini. And then I think I put in 8 yellow squash again, since we had so many. Didn't do too many more. These are yellow. And water hoses, my goodness. I'm going to get my water put in here in about 2 weeks. And when I do, had to go get Jacob. He was coming. He was coming. Oh, I see little boy booty.